Biggest lesson that I have been learning this year is to accept what is and to be here now. We're always in our heads. We're either in our heads thinking about what happened in the past, or we're in our heads thinking about what we want to happen in the future. We're always in our heads outside of where we are right now in this moment. When this moment now is the only moment that you have, because what was done in the past is already over, and what you want to happen in the future has not happened yet. And the only control you have over that moment in the future is what you do in the now. Accept what it is now. Doesn't matter what it was. Doesn't matter what it could have been, what it should have been, what it ought to been, what you thought it was. Think better now, because what is going on now? Now is the only moment that we have. Doesn't matter what happened in the past. Do you realize how many people in this world actually stop and become frozen in life based on them not accepting something that has already happened? Literally stuck in life because they refuse to accept what's already done. If I learn how to accept what is, I don't have to fight against it anymore. It feels really good. It feels good not to fight against what you can't do anything about anyway. We create our own suffering and anxiety by not being in the now, one. And then also because of the stories we create around what's going on. Most of the time, we're not even reacting to what's going on in the moment. We're reacting to what we believe about it, the stories that we create about what it means. You know, I can only hurt myself. And how do I hurt myself? I hurt myself by the story that I tell myself about what anything means that's going on in my life. The story that I tell myself about what's going on is going to produce the actions that I take next. It's going to produce the emotions that drive me into my next course of action. The story that I tell myself about anything that I am experiencing is the reason I feel the way I do. Are you allowing yourself to be frozen based on what you thought shoulda, coulda, woulda, and shouldn't have happened to you? That's over. All you have is now. And now is the only moment that can shape the future. Just because something is, the story that I create about what it means is not necessarily true. It is something that I create based on my perception. And that story that I tell myself about what it means, what this means, whatever it is, what it means, is going to direct me emotionally into the next action I take. Simple as that. So, what you tell yourself within yourself is really all that fucking matters. It doesn't matter what other people believe, what you think other people think, or what you think other people believe. None of that really matters, because what you believe within yourself is going to control how you operate. So, what type of instructions are you giving to yourself based on the conclusions that you give yourself about the things that are going on around you? Accept what is. Allow yourself the freedom to be at peace with what is already done. What can you do now? Now that that's done, what can you do now? What type of conclusion or story are you going to tell yourself that will move you in the direction that you want to go in for your future? Because if you constantly want to replay the stories that you tell yourself about the past, if you constantly want to be in the past or dreaming about the future, maybe in a negative way, you're not doing anything right now. Stop crying over spilled milk. Just clean the shit up. To work that way. That's if you haven't got caught on to the game yet. If you haven't caught on to the game yet, that's just the way it works. Life. There are ups, very high ups. There are lows, very low lows. Depending on how balanced you get within yourself will determine how high and low that you're able to go, or how often you're going from high to low. Okay? But it's guaranteed. It's just the wave, the cycle of the rhythm of how life flows. It's the ups and downs. It's meant for you, your expansion. If everything was just constantly the same, you wouldn't grow. The up and down is meant to expand you as a person. And if you are not expanding, guess what? You're getting repeated lessons. Repeated lessons. Believe me, and I've repeated a lot of lessons. A couple I'm still repeating.